So I think men are, but do you feel like men are intimidated by you, and why do you feel that way? If they are, if you feel that they are, I know you
Um,
probably don't like care about that. Pretty
yeah,
sure you
you
don't,
I
but
don't.
you know what I'm saying. Like we all
Yeah,
have feelings, thoughts. Like,
yeah.
oh, you're intimidated. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel that that's the case?
Um, I don't know that I would say that I think that men are intimidated by me. I can. What you said was accurate. Like I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
I'm a married. Like I have a fiance. We're getting married, in 2025 March 2nd. But I don't even like really think about that. I have been told by men that I can come across as intimidating. I'm not sure why. I am nice, but I'm also very short and to the point, and I do feel like, and this is not tooting my own horn, but I'm a pretty girl. I'm a fit girl. I have a nice body. A lot of men approach me at a point of like sexuality, and they're always
Mhm.
like trying to say something that is like, um, sexually, like a compliment, like, and it's just like I don't care for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can't converse with me about something other than that, I'm really not interested in the conversation. So I tend to shut it down pretty quickly, and I think maybe that can be, intimidating. But I think as a married woman, that's my duty anyways. I should be shutting that down. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't think of it from that perspective.
Hmm.
I was just speaking like specifically like fitness,
For fitness.
intimidation, nation. Or I said intimidation.
Oh, you think that
Uh,
men are intimidating
I think
fitness
so
wise?
because it's like the way that you work out. Like I feel like
Mm.
going to your outside workouts, and how like energetic you are and like
Oh yeah.
like this, like barely any. I mean, you get breaks, but it's like just like you said, 30 seconds. All right,
Yeah.
let's get back to it. And I could, like I said, I'll be winded. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, you want to get back to it? You know what I'm saying? And like, I get back to it, and I have like when you turn your back, I'm like, all right now. And then when you come back around, I ain't gonna lie, I done that a couple times. But yeah, so
You
like,
are funny. So, okay. I don't know. Like, I guess potentially, I don't know. Like, I have no
yeah,
idea. I guess that would be something to ask the men who have worked out around me. But
hmm
I do get, like, I've gotten compliments about being strong or like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
From men who are just like, whoa, like you're so strong. They think it's cool. I've gotten that. I haven't really gotten a sense of intimidation that I can say. I don't know. I don't know of it if that is something.
yeah,
Um, yeah, but I will say I've had a couple men come to my workouts and they're thinking it's gonna be easy breezy,
yeah,
and then they come and they're
yeah.
like, "What? This is not easy," and they like, "I can't believe this." So I've had that happen
So
for sure.
like I had a few. I think I had like probably four guys
You did,
come
yeah,
come
yeah,
now,
yeah. That
and
was fun.
all of them say the same thing. Like well, one of them said like the first one that came, he was like, "Man, I'm not about to go to a girl workout like this. She
Yeah,
ain't about to like
yeah,
do what I need to be done. You know what I'm saying? What I need to get done." I'm like, bro, like trust me, like you're gonna
yeah.
be winded. You know what I'm saying? And he said after that workout, like you have him doing some crazy stuff. First of all, he didn't work on abs at that point. We did
Oh,
quite
he
a few,
didn't.
yeah,
And
and more
you
so
know, we be
cardio.
snatching the core. We got to
hmm
snatch the
Got
core.
to, got to,
Yep.
and the cardio aspect of it too. Like
Yeah.
especially with guys, like we focus more so on like building muscle, and so that
Mhm.
means like we're not doing too much cardio because we lose like body mass
Mhm.
doing that.
Yep.
But it goes to show like once we do it, how out of shape we actually are,
Yeah.
because cardio is
And you
definitely
don't
needed.
realize that actually cardio plays a big part in your lifting goals.
Yeah.
So sorry. So cardio plays a big part in your lifting goals. So even for, my clients who want to put on muscle, they're
hmm
still required to do cardio. It's not as extensive of cardio as the girls who are wanting to lose weight. Which even those girls who want to lose weight, really with my classes and my clients are two
Yeah.
totally different categories of people. But because my classes can be more like hit style, they
Yeah.
are a little bit, I would say, mid intensity, classes because I've adjusted, because I knew some people were like, I ain't coming back because it's too hard. I've adjusted. So they're more like mid-intensity classes, but even with like my clients who want to lose weight, I do have them do low intensity, steady state cardio, because that's more focused around like that goal of fat loss and toning versus somebody. If I have another client who wants to gain weight, that client does not do nearly as much cardio as the person who wants to lose weight.
Yeah.
So I can get that, but I still make them do cardio because you have to have that endurance when you lift.
Yeah.
Or else you're not going to be able to get back to your lifting as quickly, which means that you're a lot less productive when you're working out.
Yeah.
And so cardio is a big part of it. And just keeping up with your health in general, your heart, your lungs, your cardiovascular health. It's important to still do cardio even if your goal is building muscle.
I agree with that because it definitely affects everything else other
Yeah.
than just you losing your body mass.
Yeah.
So I was big on that initially. Like, nah, I don't want to do no cardio. The only cardio that I would do is play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stopped playing basketball like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah, like I got to get back to either hooping or, well, and really like cardio in general. Like to be honest, the Stairmaster I feel like it's cardio.
Yeah, it
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
It is cardio. That's what it is.
Yeah. Obviously the treadmill is the bike.
Yeah.
Like those are some cardio workouts I do. Like even HIIT workouts is cardio because you're breathing and you're, for instance, jumping up and down. Like if you're doing burpees or whatnot. So yeah, I definitely be implementing cardio.
Yeah, good.
Sure. Yeah. What is the biggest misconception people may think of you?
I think that sometimes I can come off as stuck up. Sometimes, and I only say that because I know for a fact that I'm a Cancer, and I feel like a lot of Cancers are like this. If you're a Cancer and you're watching, please validate this in the comments if you're like this. Okay, but I do think that as a Cancer, I'm the type of person, I don't open up to people right away. I sit back and I observe them. I observe their character traits. I observe who they are as a person, and their actions. I'm really not one to go based off of what people say to me. I want to see how you're going to operate before I really start to open up to you. And that's just my personality. I've been like that since I was younger. And it's helped me in life. I honestly, I don't think that it's a bad thing, but when you actually get to know me, I'm super down to earth. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I love to connect and like find relations with people. It's just that like naturally I like to sit back and observe first for some reason. And then as I get to know a person more, through their actions, I open up more. Okay. But I'm definitely not stuck up, and I'm definitely not better than anybody. We all bleed the same color, and we were all created by God. So
absolutely. I'm gonna throw you a little curveball. So like, what is the biggest misconception that you think that people may think of me after getting to know me? Like, what do you?
I think people probably think you're quiet, or like, because you're so mellow.
Yeah.
So when they initially meet you, they might think that you're like this, like more introverted, but you're not. You're definitely more extroverted.
Yeah.
Right? Would you agree?
You think I'm more extroverted than you?
Yeah, you are more extroverted than me.
Yeah. It is.
You definitely
are. Yeah. It's so crazy because people do think that of me. Like they'll be like once they get to know me, they're like, wait a minute, like if I'll talk if I am interested about a subject, or if I really want to say something, then I'll talk. But usually I'm like more of an observer. Like my dad always told me, like, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should listen twice as much as you talk. And that has stuck with me like throughout life. And so, but I also do want to listen. Like, for instance, like if we're having a conversation, like I don't want to just be the one to give out ideas. Like I want to be able to hear different ideas around the room, because somebody may have a different perspective than I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I may not have, like, I could feel like I'm 100% confident in what I'm talking about, which I should be, you know what I'm saying? Which everybody should be. But then that person across there may say something, I'm like, I've
That
never thought
shifted
about that.
perspective.
Yeah, and then I could kind of like go back to the drawing board and analyze everything
Mm-hmm.
from that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that is the biggest misconception people
Yeah.
may think.
But you definitely talk to people more. Like you can go up to anybody and like start a conversation with
Mm-hmm.
them. And that's something that I've had to work on and continuously work on. Because
Yeah,
I'm not that type of person where I'm just gonna spark a conversation with a random person.
and it's crazy because I really just how we were talking like before we started recording. I told you like you were engaging when we first met,
Mm-hmm.
and I was not expecting that.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have no expectations, but I didn't
Yeah.
expect that. It
Yeah.
threw me off guard. But it goes to show the type of person that you are. Like some girls would think that like just like how you say like guys would find you attractive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some girls had that mindset like, oh, he's only coming up here because he finds me attractive, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna completely shut it off before I even know what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And so I appreciate you for not having that
Yeah.
mindset. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because the conversation could have went another way and just
It
out
could
the
have,
door.
but you know what? You didn't come at me. You didn't come at me like that.
Yeah.
So I have had conversations with guys that went completely like, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you came at me on a respectful note talking about fitness and
Mhm.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that was cool with me, you know?
Yep.
So that's a conversation I can really engage
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Last question I have for you is well, second to last question. Um, who is like one influencer or celebrity that you would love to work with in the future and why? It could either be like a
Um,
fitness influencer, celebrity, or just like anybody, like I don't know, like an artist, actor.
so that is a really good question. If I could shadow anybody right now, it would be Massey Arias because
Who?
she's Massey Arias. She's Hispanic, but
Okay,
she's
okay,
built an empire, a fitness empire.
got you.
And so, if I could shadow anybody in the fitness industry, it would be her.
Okay,
I really like Massey Arias and Christy Chella. There's a few women in the
yeah,
industry that I really do look up to. As far as just in general, um, I feel that Beyonce would be like, I don't know that I would necessarily, I mean, I could train Beyonce, don't get it twisted. I'll train Beyonce. It's not just about training her, it's just her aura, her work ethic, her, like, just honestly operating with her for a day. I would love to do that
yeah,
because I do think it would be a major challenge because she is the epitome of woman. Like she is a phenomenal woman. She
hmm
is God fearing. She is a visionary. She is hardworking. She's a mom. She's a wife. And she does it all. And like, yo, I know we all got 24 hours in a day, just like Beyonce, but Beyonce maximizes them 24 hours. So, like, just operating a day with her to see how that looks and how that day flows, I think that would be dope. And I would definitely be up for that challenge
okay,
because I know it would be a challenge because I know that her life is demanding. So,
for sure.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could see that for sure. And I like how you said like that would be a challenge for you,
Mm-hmm.
which means that you don't shy away from challenges. You know what
No.
I'm saying? And
Mm-mm.
I feel like in order to grow, um, you have to face those challenges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever fears, challenges may bring, like you have to face it. I was just talking to my girl earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, I feel like fear controls us,
Mm.
and if you have that fear, like you're not gonna do what you feel like you need to do or want
Yeah.
to do because of what other people may think or you thinking that you may fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just about trying and just doing it.
Yeah, and just honestly accept the fact that you're gonna fail and
Yeah.
you're not gonna be perfect at everything in life. And you could let like somebody, one of my friends the other day, she's like, Asia, you're so fearless. Like you went on stage, and I'm like, girl, I am not fearless. I am afraid. You see me do anything that is going to networking events, talking in front
Mm-hmm.
of people, things like that. That is very nerve wracking for me. I'm not doing it because I'm not afraid. I'm doing it in spite of the fear. And so, learning to not let fear control you. You can let it control you, or you can push past it. That's called courage when you push past fear. And
Mm.
so,
Okay.
continuously working towards pushing past that fear, and then also just letting go of this thought that you have to be perfect and the thought that you're not going to fail. I've had so much stuff that failed that I put out that I've tried and it flopped and it went absolutely nowhere. And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like from every failure you learn, you get better, you re-strategize, and you can come out with something better or different or pivot. But don't be afraid to fail because you will never know the answer if you
Yeah.
don't try. And honestly, I read somewhere that the person who fails the most, the fastest, is the person who succeeds because every single time you fail, you learn from that failure. So you should be chasing after your next fail. You should be, you should be wanting that
Yeah.
because you're only going to grow from that. So not shying away.
Absolutely. And I
Mm-hmm.
always say it like, if you look 2 months from now, if you look 2 years from now, and just say you have like a goal that you were trying to reach,
Mm-hmm.
and then, like I said, 2 months, 2 years from now, you didn't start that goal, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have regret. And
Mm-hmm.
I live in a world like I don't try to regret anything. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I've had that feeling before. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel good. It's like you better,
Yeah.
it's better off trying and failing than not to try at all.
Yeah.